Over 100 games have been played in this Rome 2 Total War tournament series, and here we finally are at the semi-finals. We've made it, and there seems to be an archer unit hidden here, camouflaged, getting some shots in. This is where we get to see the real pro players make their moves. Getting some sneaky snipes in, and they are completely invisible because these guys know the map just that well. They know they cannot be seen here. This is epic. What an epic opener. We're seeing the best players come out. Okay, let's introduce the players. We've got the team Sauron's Hand. On that team is Sus Barbatus, playing as the boy, over here in green in the distance. I believe he goes by the name EE as well. Then, in white, we have Carthage, played by Lancer. They are on the team Sauron's Hand, attacking now in the semi-finals. The winners in the final, the loser plays for third place, and I will be covering both of those matches as well. And after this battle they'll switch sides as well, so the current attacker will be the defender. Retreating here, just been revealed with their archer unit. 38 free kills right at the start. Beautiful, wonderful. We have Massilia, controlled by Grykos. His teammate is playing as the Sabah, and under control of Haggai. Their team name is Grykos the Cook. Two teams we've seen play many matches throughout this tournament. We know they're good. They've made it this far. So without further ado, let's begin with the semi-finals. A 30-minute match to start off with, and then they swap it round. The winner goes through. And it's a $600 prize pool here, so a lot of money at stake. I think if I recall, first place got 400, or maybe did second place get like 100 or something? I don't know. So whoever wins both of these matches, I think, is probably going to be about £100 up. So yeah, there's quite a lot of money on the line compared to usual round 2 tournaments, and these archers are still doing damage here, still getting some shots in. We can't see what kills they're on as they're faded out of sight for me. Usual strategies being used here: siege towers to block actual tower shots and then arrow fire, but I can't do it over here because, yeah, this has completely caught them off guard. They've got cavalry support here as well, the Massilian cavalry. Well done to the defenders. Usually I'm against sallying out like this. Usually it does not go well. But here is an instance where it can be very, very valuable, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. Getting some kills on the general of the Carthaginian cavalry as well at the start, I believe. Nice start, and yep, they've got archer support. They've got hidden archers to get some sniping kills. The gate is closed. They've got some basic infantry here just to slow them down with cav support. You can't ask for a better setup than this, I don't think. If you're gonna sally out, this is how you do it. This is the perfect example. And their cavalry's going on a deeper flank now. Maybe trying to snipe some ballistas or something. We've got a little ballista there. Any giant ballista? No. So if you want to take part in future events like this, check out the OBG Discord linked down below, and you can also potentially win some money as well in future events. And be watching these battles, be taking notes to see how the best play. Right now we're in the semi-finals and the attackers have not brought a big heavy ballista. Is there a reason why? Who knows? Is it worth it or not? Who knows? Watch and take notes, and maybe you could be in the next one. So this is the usual start that we see. They're pushing for this tower here. They're going to neutralise it once it gets down to the bottom, and then this tower is no longer a threat. Are any other towers a threat? There's this one here. What's the range of it on it? It comes out to about there. So yeah, they're safe from that for now, and actually they should be pretty safe from these 2 towers for quite a while. There's no reason for them to be around here. Oh, is this a statue? I love a good statue. You got the Colosseum in the centre. Oh yeah, I like this map. I like the one with the Colosseum here, it's fun. Some nice choke points to get some interesting V formations in to hold back your enemies. Very good for the defenders. There is this tower as well. This tower could become a problem because it reaches out to here. So the attacker has two approaches once in the city. Do you go take the towers out, or do you push down the centre and avoid the towers? That's what they must decide. Let's have a little zoom in here. The boy are fighting Massilia. Let's zoom in the action. He's got himself a bit surrounded there and gets struck down for it. The boy though do have to be careful. Their flank is a bit open. A few javelins from here could be very deadly. I want to see them further javelins. Maybe they're wanting them to edge a bit forwards first. Or maybe they'll charge in. Oh, what they're gonna do? This is what I was waiting for. Those beautiful kills there. He got two javelins up the armpit and he's still fighting. What a brave man he is. He's pulled them out now. And he's continuing to get a kill. He got two javelins in his armpit there. What a guy. I'm going to follow him for a while. Seems to be in a bit of back pain with how he's slanting. This guy here. He is still fresh, apparently, but he does definitely look quite wounded. Unfortunately, I have to leave him for now, because we've got a unit on this side. The archers. Is this the archers that were sniping at the start? I think it is. The Gallic hunters. They got caught by the boy cavalry. Mistake by them. But they got about 50 kills in total, so I think it was worth it. But getting caught at the end like this, that was a bad move. I don't think they needed to extend that far out, in my opinion. Yeah, they could have just held this here, but no, now it's become an example of a bad sally out. You did not need to come this way. You could have just held this back here. Just held this and blocked them. That's not the pen I wanted. There we go, that's what I wanted. Blocked from here. Archers on the walls as well to fire in. That would have been fine. That would have been perfect. These siege towers can now move forwards. Now those archers are dealt with. These guys are having to run in. Good spot by the player though. They tried the sally out. It worked for a while. But now they're realising, okay, it hasn't... It's no longer going in our favour, so let's pull back into the city. Let's retreat. Some players would stick out here and continue to fight it out until it works in their favour again. Sometimes you need to accept your victory, your wins. Sometimes, if you win some money at the casino, gambling advice for you all, please gamble responsibly. You just need to take your money and walk out. You're going in with 100, you've got £300, don't throw it all in red, just walk out, take your winnings. And that's exactly what the defenders have done here. They took their winnings the moment things started to get a bit shaky. And they got some nice kills there from those hunters. Let's have another zoom in here. So the Carthaginians trying to push forwards. It's getting a bit sticky in here. It's very brutal. The formations are completely messed up. I don't know how you can possibly throw your javelins down into this and know who is who. Because it is all an absolute mess right now. That being said, this Libyan infantry unit, 111 kills. Why are these guys facing the wrong way? Oh, they're going to take so many unnecessary casualties. Shot at in the back. No shield to protect them. And the defenders notice this and yeah, just look at the kills. Oh no, they lost basically half the squad to this mistake. If they just faced the other way, they wouldn't have that problem. A bit of slacking there from Lancer on Sauron's side, and there we go. Now the unit's routing. They lost a full, heavy, very heavy infantry melee unit due to a very basic mistake. That was a tragedy. That's tragic to see. The siege towers made it onto the walls. The Carthaginians are up here now. It looks like they're not doing the centre push that I talked about earlier. It seems like they're gonna go for the towers. This one first, it seems, and I'm sure they'll go for this one later at some point. Or maybe they just want to take this side of the wall. Where are the plazas? Is this... The stupid banner on the building throwing me off. Why is this a thing? Why is this here? It just glitches through. CA, why did you do this? This is just stupid game design. Okay, where are the plazas? Right, it's been a while since we've seen this map. I do really miss it. Right, we've got one here. Got one here. Okay, banners here makes sense. But I don't know why it's a Roman banner. It should really be the banner of a faction. Like this or something. Where's the other plaza? There's usually 3 of them. At least it's not a frontline plaza. That's always good for the defenders. I can only spot 2. Ah, here we go. Here's the other one. Yeah, so they're all in pretty good locations overall for the defenders. It's going to be difficult for the attackers to start capturing them. Is this siege tower going to dock at any point? No, just waiting for now. Waiting for the time being. These siege towers moving forwards, blocking the shots from this tower here. And let's see the fighting in this war, because this Carthaginian unit is fighting on 2 fronts here. And these guys getting stabbed in the back. Fighting the Axemen there. Let's, yeah, that's a better view. Can they get these kills? The Axemen waving their weapons at him. He's outnumbered 2 to 1, but he got a cut in, and he has some armour as well. Good block on his axe there, cuts him open. Can he get the second one as well? Before he gets completely overrun. Good use of his shield. There's another one on him, but he gets him. But he's back in another... Oh, he's in a 1v3 and he flips him off the wall. He's in another 1v3. He's got 3 kills, this guy, so far. He's now fighting 5. He's now fighting 6. But somehow he's actually holding. He's got a guy behind him, but he's got to be careful of him. And he's getting stuck in, but he got flipped over and killed. Oh, that poor guy. His buddy's having to help him out. Surely more of them could have helped out here, but nah. Nah, sadly not. And his buddy's gonna get cut down quite easily. Oh, these are not even axes. These are clubs. Did we all just jump up for a second? You haven't won the fight yet. You routed 1 unit, but now you need to focus on these. Get rid of these clubmen. We got another one here in a bit of a 1v3 situation, but he's got his buddies to actually help him now. Are they gonna make the push? I love watching them fight on the wall. When they're fighting on the ground, there's a bit of grass that covers them up a bit. But when they're on the wall, you actually get to see everything, all the little manoeuvres. Come on, I just want to see this guy here get 1 more kill. Can he avenge his buddy? Oh yeah, they've definitely got the numbers now. Right, he's pulling back. Meanwhile, the boy pushing forward, Saber Saber, having to charge into them. Are they neutralising this tower yet? Yes, they are, because they've taken the wall. So they've docked this siege tower up here. They've neutralised this tower because they've technically got a unit on it. The Rams coming round to make another breach. Balance of power is even. It is 50-50. The boy very quiet over here so far. And are they going to make a push over here? Not much strategy going on, luckily. It's more just units pushing into each other. We've seen it all before. So that allows me to zoom in. But if I see any big strategy, any big strategic plays being moved, I'll make sure to cover them. But right now, I just like watching the wall combat here. Oh, he's got a bumblebee on his shield. That is so cool. Was it Napoleon's coat of arms that was a bumblebee? Yeah, I think it was. He's got another one as well. Whoa! Earthquake. Nope. It's just the wall falling down. They're about to make a breach. Boom. And now more of the attackers can start flooding in here. And they're safe from this tower as well. So we'll keep an eye on that, see when they come in. They might be making another breach as well. They had another ram nearby. Go on, push him off the wall. I'm definitely cheering on the attackers here. At least on this bridge combat here, because they are butchering them. They're on 92 kills, and what are their losses like? 0 losses? Oh, 10 losses, sorry. 10 losses, 95 kills. The other one here, 132 kills, 13 losses. Although, in defence of the defenders, they were fighting with clubmen up here. It was the cheap cannon for the units they're sending up. Yeah, light melee infantry versus very heavy melee infantry. At the end of the day, what do you expect? And they're getting pushed out of the tower now. They're going to have to come down from the wall eventually. Another breach being made here by the attackers. Trying to widen up this region here to help them push on in. So they don't get too much stuck in a sandwich formation. Meanwhile, the defenders seem to be pulling out from over here. This leaves it open for the attackers to make a push, especially with the siege tower. Neutralise these towers, neutralise this tower, and then you're in a perfect place to push deep into the city, taking some of these plaza regions here, or just pushing down the street here, with troops coming this way as well, and you can just sandwich them in this circle. I don't know, we'll see how it plays out. They might not be interested in that move. They might have their own different plans. We'll quickly zoom to tactical view, as I know some people do like this. But we're not really seeing much. There's not many high strategies here. It's more just pushes. Ooh, what's dying from javelins here? Some nasty losses. Balance of power is in favour of the attackers, but only by a little bit. It's still out in the open for now. The club levymen are starting to break, and with that Carthage will completely control the walls on this side. They could quite easily take these walls as well. The defenders holding these ones for the time being. They've got some archer units up here, or some slingers I should say, with some swordsmen, but I don't know how long that is going to last. These two towers of the gatehouse as well are shooting at the archers here, but they're in loose formation, shooting at the Cretan archers. Look at that, 155 kills, 109 kills. Wow, Carthage's Cretan archers doing very well in this battlefield. 176 on these Balaviac slingers. Oof, lots of kills for Carthage. I'm very curious about the stats at the end. Carthage pushing through into the centre now, having to fight the square formation here. Just outside of the Colosseum. They are fighting spearmen. Look at them. Has anyone seen the film Death of Stalin? And they do that weird sidewalk as they're trying to move round. If you've seen the film, you know what I mean. It reminded me of that for a second. Just the weird sidestepping that we're doing. Carthage brings in more reinforcements to put more pressure on the square here. The spearmen are trying to hold out. They're doing a good job. I say as one gets completely butchered. Who's going to win out of these two? Spear versus swords. Oh, the spearman's pushing. Oh, he's given up. Oh, there we go. He's now fighting a 1v2. He's open. He's open. Oh, he's outnumbered by quite a bit now. He's making the push. He's trying to get a kill in there with his javelin. He's not got one yet, or spear, I should say. And I think he's about to get cut down. He's doing well though to survive, but he's not getting any kills. And there we go, cut down. And the entire unit just starts pulling back after that loss. But he meant a great deal to all of them there, the entire squad. I've got this side held down. Meanwhile over here, some flaming shot being used. Balance of power ticking even more in favour of the attackers. But it still does look fairly even, although the defenders do seem to be on the route a little bit. Yeah, they don't have many troops here or in the centre. Most of their army is on this side. Okay, they've actually got some Samnite warriors on the wall this time. Some actual stronger units. This guy's been cut off from the main squad. Fighting about a 1v10 here, gets struck down. And the Carthaginians making a push. He was very lucky with the arrow there. How he dodged that. Don't know which side is going to win here. They're on... it seems like the Saba are going to win, looking at the stats and the kills and everything. But it depends how many kills the Carthaginians can get, and reinforcements might eventually come to help them eventually. Okay, come on, green shirt guy. You can do this, get a kill for us. You have a sword master. Oh no, he's actually mercenary Samnite. These are the sword masters. Come on, Samnite guy in green. Get a kill. He's got a cool sword for it as well. He's been eyeing him up for a while. Go on, just get in there. You need to have a bit of a jump, I think. Oh, he's now fighting a 1v2 though with a potential third who could step in. I think he got a kill. I think he cut somebody down. Just stabbing them in the back there. He's got a lot of pressure on him. He's really going in for it. I think he got a few hits. Oh, he's really getting stuck in. Oh, but he got clobbered in the face and taken out. Rest in peace. His friends tried to avenge him. But it's not gonna work. Meanwhile, over here, it seems like the defenders tried to make a push. Looks like they're pulling back now. The attackers making a push back for them, but now they're being shot at by the towers, and we've got cavalry nearby to deal with. That could be a problem. Meanwhile, the fight's still going on here for the Colosseum. They're having to bring more units over here because they realise how open they are. If the defenders can kill this unit, they could come round here, recapture this tower, flank round here, flank round here. They're in a good spot. So I think the attackers need to pull a few more troops here to actually hold this little choke point and not allow that to happen. Javelins getting thrown up onto the walls, but it seems most of them are missing. It's like they're hitting the top. You can see them all bouncing down. Some arrow shots raining in from somewhere. 40 kills on that one. 151 kills on those Celtic bowmen. 84 there. 57. 155. The archers for the attackers are doing really well. 288. Okay, most valued unit is here if the attackers win. They've been charged by cavalry now though, unfortunately. They're all standing up again. These poor slingers. They've done so well, and now they're having to fight in melee against cavalry. Ooh, good beheading there. The bearer, I don't know what kills he's gonna get. He doesn't really have a weapon in his hand. So yeah, he's gonna be a bit useless. Completely surrounded as well. Oh no. Okay, some of these units are wearing the same armour, so it's getting confusing. Cavalry charges in for the swordsman, that's gonna break them. But Massilia is gonna break as well. They come in for the javelins, they engage. The cavalry, the Carthaginian swordsman unit does break, but the cavalry is gonna take some heavy hits now. They lost about 20 men doing that. 30 men. Yeah, about 30 men because they got cut down on the retreat. The fighting's still happening on the wall. It's so rare that we see this much conflict on the wall. What are the defenders doing? Oh, they're retreating. Okay. So they're retreating. I think they've returned to the field, but now the attackers have actually captured this gatehouse. Oh, nope, never mind. They just neutralised it instead. Okay, interesting. I thought they were going to capture it. I was going to say that would be funny, just lock the guys out. Okay, so they do have this now. That means they can go for this tower, and they have loads of entrances into the city. Or they can go around this way and try flank around. It's up to them. Either way, balanced power very heavily in their favour right now. I do want to see what this cav charge is going to be able to do. Have they done a charge? Nope, pulling back it seems. They've got archer support. I don't know how helpful that is really going to be though. The swordsman going for the archers, the cavalry's chasing the archers. No, the cavalry's chasing the cavalry. So yeah, those archers are going to get cut down, reinforcements coming through, they're really not needed for this general unit. Are all generals still alive? I'll have a quick check. Wow, that unit's exhausted, that spearman. That's nothing. Yes, I believe all generals are still alive. Just got to check Carthage. Yeah, it seems to be the case. Okay, the cavalry have engaged. The attackers have reinforcements coming up. More boy troops are on the way. And yeah, that cavalry unit's going to get cut down if they don't retreat. And even if they do retreat, they're still probably going to get cut down. Okay, actually, because the defenders pulled their cavalry unit away, that gave the defenders the chance there to actually pull back a bit. The first plaza is going to fall, and the next one is actually quite nearby. Yeah, the next two are quite nearby, and the defenders have nothing here to hold out. So there, you have to be careful of that. The walls have finally fallen. It seems the attackers are now sallying out. Well, the defenders are sallying out, sorry, with the cavalry trying to take some archers. They've finally hit these Cretans here, as they were trying to climb away. But yeah, they finally caught up to them. But I think it's too little too late. I think it's looking like the attackers have this. They just have the domination inside of the city. They've captured this plaza now. They're winning over here. They've just got the numbers. On the walls they're dominating too. You can just see it here. It's like, what do the defenders have left? That one spearman could be a problem. Could be a nuisance. It could neutralise and then recapture this tower. But nah, they're not going to go for it. It'll probably break him, to be honest. So he's going to have to run this way, getting shot at in the back by the tower. Oh, he's already captured it, actually. I stand corrected, he's captured it, and now it's shooting at the Carthaginian Cretans. Massilia trying to throw their general in here. They've found an opening. Done a charge on the archers. That's going to be a lot of kills for their general. Again, too little too late. What do they have left to follow it up with? Actually, it has seriously strengthened their position in the centre around the Colosseum, but reinforcements are going to come in. They've got loads of troops over here to deal with as well. Other cavalry comes through. That's the Massilian general, down to the final 10 bodyguards. So the Massilian general's about to die. Not that it matters, so he's got no other units left. So yeah, I think the Massilian general's dead. Or at least broken, so that's a big hit for Massilia. And it's all falling apart for the defenders. Well done to the attackers there. Well done, Susparitus and Lancer, representing Sauron's hand. Of course, we've got another battle after this to cover, and the winner overall goes through to the final. The loser plays for third place. And I'm curious to see these stats. I think we've got some good stats. Especially that Baleriac Slinger unit getting, what was it, like 208 kills or something? Yeah, something like that. But yeah, it's over, and I couldn't see the defenders doing anything there. Let's see the KD. They both had a positive KD, both had a negative one for the defenders. Any specific units standing out though? good slingers for the Suebi, good swordsmen, yeah, that's about it. For Massilia, good cavalry general, okay, cavalry, nothing really standing out in terms of infantry though, and usually, I swear these Thermos spearmen usually do quite well, and the Thorax swordsmen, they usually do really well, but we're not seeing that from them here. Susbarbatus as the boy, cavalry doing really good, infantry doing really good. Just see the infantry comparison here between the boy and Massilia. In terms of kills, all of these are hitting 100. Yeah, literally all hit 100. I don't think we've seen this before, this type of consistency. This one is on 172 kills and basically 0 losses. Whereas here, a few of them hit 100. And then we have Carthage and 293 on the Slingers, 162 on the Cretans, 156 and 132, with another 157 on the Ballista. And again, their infantry are doing really well as well, apart from the Mercenary Sam Knight Warriors. But that one, 291 kills. Whew. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Switching sides now. The previous attackers are now the defenders. So, Susbarbatus, also known as EE, who was the boy in the last one, is now playing as Tylis, somewhere in the city. I think they're in light blue. Lancer, who played Carthage, is now playing as the Saba in light green, doing a little sally out over here. Then Drykos is playing as Carthage in this one as the attacker, and the other attacker is the Ardii under the control of Haggai. Who's done away? And can the defenders go up 2-0, or will this be a 1-1? And I think then it's decided. I think it's decided by kills or something like that. So already the current defenders, massive advantage right now. They've got the defensive bonus, and they've also got a win in the bag already. But can they win this one? If they do, they're straight on into the finals. If not, then I think they'll look at the kills, and then whoever has the most there is declared for winner, and then they go on to the finals. So it's looking good for them. It's always really important to get that first win. And here we go, the breaches in the walls have been made and the attackers are pushing through. They've actually got a siege tower up here as well. They're going to try force their way onto the walls, and from here they can capture this tower and then these gate houses. Interesting move, we'll see if it works for them. The defenders are definitely in a bit of a mess. This archer unit definitely got caught off guard. The slinger unit, sorry, did not expect that. And they are now about to charge in, I think, yes. And they're trying to neutralise this tower here. So once that flag goes white, this tower will stop firing. It would be neutralised. There's other siege towers they can use as well, but I think they're going to use these ones to block other tower shots for the time being. We've got 3 rams round here as well, so it looks like the attackers this time are looking for a big push on this side. Somewhat like what we saw before in the last one. Like in the last one, they didn't really bother too much here. It was all very heavy over here. Nice ballista angle. Are they going to get any kills? Balance of power, fairly even. Yellow on the balance of power is the attackers in this one. Let's have a zoom in here at the melee combat. So we've got the Mascat Marauders of the Saba on the walls. 10 losses, about 20 kills. So off to a good start. Medium melee infantry. The Carthaginians here, they have their the Ardii have their very heavy spear infantry. 88 kills, 20 losses, but a lot of those kills were just jabbing slingers, without armour, without a shield or anything, so, you know, they got a lot of cheap, easy kills. Most valued units for in the last one were the Carthaginian missile units. Can Drykos do this again with Carthage? Can he get the same level of insane kills from the missiles? Or do they have to a good start? 29 on those Cretans, and the battle has only just begun. How are they holding up here? A unit for the defenders is breaking, and they're pushing in a lot of infantry here. They're starting to capture the tower. Yeah, they just want this tower now, so that they can start pushing deeper into the city. They're going for the full capture here, and the defenders need to be careful, because once this tower is captured, and it starts shooting in all directions, you don't want to be within its zone of control. And where does its zone of control stretch to? There we are, so that's the full circle there of this tower. And it has now been captured by the attackers, so the defenders, they don't want to pull out of everything within this zone. They've still got 2 Saber units here, another 2 here. That's 4 swordsman units that have been shot at by the towers. Yeah, you gotta pull back, I think. Pull back, hold these choke points with the help of these towers. Try pull back to like here as well to help with this tower. Like a choke point here, you're in a strong spot. That's why the attackers, I think, are trying to take the walls, because then if they do get into these choke points, they can easily get troops on the walls and just shoot down at them. You'll have a very good shot from up here. Let's see them zoom in. So yeah, they're having to flee now, being shot at in the back. Yeah, look at all these unnecessary hits they're taking as the towers are shooting at them, but they were right to pull back. Could have done it a bit earlier though, I think, but oh well. They've still got a unit fighting here, but maybe that's just to try slow them down. Maybe they're happy to try sacrifice this one. It's a Celtic Warriors. They're on 20 losses, 100 kills, and now they're pulling out. Ooh, but they got massacred in the back there by the javelins. Those javelins did 40 kills worth of damage, I believe. And then the towers are getting another 10 as they retreat. And they're finally out of the circle. Can the towers get another wave in? And that's it. Wow. A lot of losses there on the retreat. Not good. But well played there by the attackers to see them retreat, to be hovering over them and instantly click for those javelins, get them in at the perfect timing. That was very well played. A lot of siege towers over here. Last time the attackers only had 1, this time they've got 4. Could they be thinking of a serious push this way? Yeah, because it really helps to be breaking into the city down all of these routes. Rams moving forwards as well. What are these going to do? There's a bit of a sally out here by the defenders as well, which needs to be dealt with. You don't want your Rams getting ambushed by these guys. Ooh, the javelins getting a load of kills. You can just see the pools of blood. Javelins, I think, cause more blood shatter than any other unit. From what I've seen, it's the javelins that cause the blood to burst, and you can just see it there. It's like blood splattering all over the place. Even beheadings are not this brutal. They've got javelins of their own though in the back there, getting some shots in. Oh, that guy's lucky there. Look how close that spear was to getting him in the face. He keeps stabbing himself as well with that spear. Oh, the guy in front of him died. His reinforcing friends are coming to cover him. Did he die? No, I think he got hit by another javelin. In the shield or something. There we go, now he's charging in. And now they're pulling out. Oh, don't face the wrong way, yep. Turn those shields round. We saw that mistake made last time. Looks like those javelin are getting friendly fire. You got to be careful with your javelins. They are getting friendly fire there. Anything happening on this front? No, no one's pushing there yet. Not much fighting happening on the wall. There's just this little combat here and that's it. The Rams, they're making their breach. I'll keep an eye on that. But for now, let's spectate these guys as they try and take the wall from these axemen. So, shielded spearmen versus shielded axemen. If I was one of these guys, I think I'd prefer the spear in this scenario. Then again, I do like to use a good axe. It's very good at like clipping just around the shield, but then you can get your axe caught on the shield, and you know that causes a whole world of problems. So you need a lot of skill to actually use the axe without it getting caught on like a piece of armour or something else, because it can get jammed quite easily on the shield, especially a metal one. And then that 1 second of a jammed weapon completely catches you off guard, their spear comes through, dead. So yeah, I think I'd prefer to be a spearman here. I think they've got the best positioning. I say as he instantly dies and his spear and his shield becomes a UFO. Oh, it's gone. Who's getting the most kills? So this unit for Carthage, 145. And about 70 losses. These guys here, 70 kills, but about 80 losses. They're trying to make for breach here. And it seems like the Sabbath are going to break, and they don't have that many units over here. Like, reinforcements are coming in. But yeah, a lot of these units are quite battered, so they really did need these reinforcements just to hold down this choke point. How are the missiles doing? 100 kills already on those Cretans. Only 5 on the slingers, but it's early game. Maybe they just have not fired. 0 on those as well. This one here, slave slingers. Only on 27, but they're in a very good position. Imagine some Cretans up here. Just shooting down, using the high ground, getting those perfect angles, or they would be devastating. And the spear wall slowly trying to push further forwards, and they're cheering. They think they've won it. It's not the time for cheering right now. Now's the time to make another push. Charge, ram them in the side. Another siege tower's done a dock. What unit is this going to be? Mercenary Samnite Warriors, so they're going to have some more support coming very soon. Here we go, they run, they jump down, and they're going to try and make the push. Not many of them came on for now, but the others are climbing. Here we go, the reinforcements come in. You need to throw, I think, the spearmen in this as well, to, you know, get that flanking bonus. Or, you know, missile shots like that do good as well, from the Cretans there. 128 kills, getting some good hits on the side, and then the spearmen charge in. Oh, that's perfect timing. So with the missile fire and the sudden flank, that unit there is going to instantly break. Good play. Yep, and they know now their troops are there, so they know not to fire. Well done by those Cretan archers, well played. They've got another unit on the wall to deal with, though, that needs to be taken out. They've got this breach here, but not pushing through yet. There's still the little Sally out there. Yeah, so the attackers now are trying to push around this way a bit, whilst also pushing this way. 2 different pushes at once. A Cav unit could be valuable here. Cav charges into the city, comes round and hits them on the flank just here. Not necessarily yet, as the defenders have units here that they can use to counter that. So it could be dodgy, but, you know, very soon, once the attacker is ready and once the defender's not paying attention, bang, a Cav unit going there would be devastating. But yeah, I think you need to wait a bit later in the game for that, because they do have troops very nearby that can quite easily jump in and prevent any type of Cav manoeuvre of that size. Meanwhile, only 2 units holding down this gatehouse here. The attackers could be in a position to make the move on this side. The battle is very quiet all of a sudden right now. No one's really making a push on either side. It seems the attackers are just trying to re-find their footing again. And you can see it here, like, no one's really making the push. Okay, I think they're starting to move now, though, perhaps? Yep, here we go. Okay, they're making the next big push now. They've secured the walls. They feel ready for it. Let's have a little zoom in here and see what happens. So I've double-checked. First place is £250. Second place is £130, and third place is £70. Oh, sorry, dollars, I should say. Ooh, nice flip he got there. So, let me think. So the average between first and second is going to be about, it's about £180 in it, or something like that, £190. Third place is £70 to 0, so that's an average of 35. That means there's £150 on the line here with this one fight. Sorry, again, dollars. $150 on the line here with this fight. Potentially more, potentially less, that's just an average. $150 is the value of this one siege battle in Rome 2 Total War right now. That is like the difference gap. Because if you win this, you get to play for that first and second, money guaranteed. If you lose, you go down to third place. I'm not actually going to spoil the battle, but I will say whoever wins this battle does move through to the final. So if the attackers win this, who are Graitos the Cook, Graitos and Haggai, they move through to the final. If the defenders win, Sauron's Hand, they will move on to the final. The loser plays for third place. I don't know who's going to win it right now. All I know is whoever does win it does move through to the final. I had that confirmed. Balance of power is even. On the map, it does look fairly even as well. Both sides have a lot of numbers, and you've got to remember, we cannot see what the defenders have. The defenders have the advantage of winning the last one. There's a big morale boost for them, having to pull some units out here. They've got the javelins on the wall, or the slingers. Not getting that many kills, but they are slave slingers. You know, they're not going to get all those perfect shots in, are they? They're going to miss quite a bit. And for the most part, they don't even like to fire. They just stand there. How many kills has this ballista got? It's on 184 kills. That's not bad. That is actually quite good. 184. Do the attackers have a ballista? I don't think so. Nah. And all the fighting right now is happening in just this one circle here. Nothing happening here, even though the attackers could easily take this gatehouse. Nothing coming in deeper into the city as well, to capture all of these buildings and everything. Nope. All focusing in this one little circle. Bringing the spearmen in. Well, that must be really daunting though, to see all those bold men stood up there, running up and down. What are they doing? What are they planning? I've got another unit up here now as well. Another unit of slave slingers. Or is it the same one? Yeah, it's the same one. But that must be terrifying. With their shields raised as well. I'm surprised that the attacker hasn't pushed in yet. If I was the attacker, I would have pushed in by now. What you'd need is a unit to come round this way to hold this choke point, to stop them, to stop these guys here from coming in. But then just come in here, neutralise this tower, you can push this way, you can push them in the back. You'll need a unit here as well to hold that choke point. Boom, you're in a strong position. Maybe even then get up onto the wall as well. Mostly just to neutralise this tower because it's been here for quite a while, just getting loads and loads of kills. To be fair, it's mostly shooting at the slave slingers, which are not that good anyway. So it is shooting at the cannon fodder at least, so you're not desperate to neutralise this tower, but still, it's like, you know, eventually some shots are going to fire elsewhere. And you know, it's shooting from here as well, it's not like it's just shooting these, it is getting kills elsewhere. They're moving the ram here now, interesting move, we'll see what that does for them. Oh, the attackers do have a ballista, 5 kills, wow. But maybe it's only just started firing. Instantly on 10, well, I'm curious to see what this dart here is going to do. Let's follow these darts. Let's always keep track of them. There they are, quite big looking. They're getting close to their target. What are they shooting at with this ballista? So we've got one of the big darts here. I believe they're shooting at this unit. Boom. Okay, it looks like we took about 5 out. Was I right? Yeah, about 5. 4, I think. And I don't really know how powerful those little ballista things are. They always get a lot of kills. So they must be worth their money. Everyone always brings one, they always get a lot of kills, but I think it's one of those units where you only really need one of them. Like elephants, like chariots, you only need one of them. One as something special. If you've got a full army of them, everything falls apart. But if you've got one, and a lot of infantry to support it, it can be deadly. This one's out of ammo, I think. 184 kills for this one. Still got ammo left. It's only on 15 kills for now, but I'm sure that'll start to tally up over time. Yeah, so now, you're in a great position. You can charge through both of these routes. Neutralise this tower. They're pulling back. This little sally out here is no longer a massive threat. Neutralise the tower, and then you can push in all different directions. Well, not this direction, but like that direction. You can really spread out once you neutralise this tower, but no, it's still here, it's still shooting, and the attackers are losing so many men because of this. I hate seeing towers go on for this long. What we're doing here, they've got the perfect opening as well, the attackers, to take this tower, to push round here, to at least slow them down, or maybe push to here, and form a little like choke point defensive formation here, whilst the rest of the troops can push in, take the plaza, take the other plazas. Get some big long flank manoeuvres round with cavalry as well. Okay, they do have to deal with this unit, never mind, I didn't see that. But still, there's so much open space here that they could push forwards and take, but they're not doing it for some reason. Okay, finally pushing through here to neutralise this tower. Actually capturing the tower, okay, that's going to be very bad for the defenders now. This is what they should have done earlier, because now the tower's going to switch sides to the RDI. Look, they're having to force their way out, getting shot at in the back now, losing this unit because of it, or because they're suddenly worried about this tower. They realise there's nothing they can do to stop it, and now this tower is in control of the attackers. And it's going to start shooting in many directions. The defenders now have to retreat from this line, which then puts this gatehouse under threat, so then the attackers will eventually get an easy push onto this gatehouse to neutralise that. Either way, a siege tower is moving forwards to block the darts from that anyway, and yeah, they're going inside now. There's nothing they can do out there. Both sides still throwing as many men as possible into this tiny choke point here. This tower's still firing, but now for the attackers. They've docked a siege tower up there, but apart from that, nothing else is going on. The rest of the battle is so quiet. It's all just chaos in this one region. This one little tiny region, stretching to about here now, with a siege tower. So let's focus on the siege tower. Can they get themselves sorted into a good formation? There's the tactical map as well, if anyone wanted to check that out. And the Carthaginians trying to push on the walls. We've got a sally out from the defenders. Camels coming in. Nice, I'll check those out soon, see how many kills they can get. All generals, I'm assuming, are still alive at this point in the battle. Yes, and there we go, the camels charging, hitting the Cretan archers. The Cretan archers who have already made it to 236 kills though, so it's a little too late for that. They're basically out of ammo, so a bit of a waste there. Charging in here though now, charging into the backs of these Libyan infantry, the swordsmen. They're going to have to fight through the camels now. That's very good for the defenders there. And then we're charging out again. We've got other cavalry support, finishing off the Cretan archers now. How many kills are these cav units on? This one's 69 kills, 0 losses. The camels, 30 kills, about 10 losses. But they must have really messed up the Carthaginian formation there, and Carthage was about to break, but this one Saber unit broke first, and then there goes the Carthaginians. Morale getting really bad in this region, and nothing else is happening on the rest of the battlefield. That's so annoying. I like to see a more open battle map. rather than just one simple choke point. There's more to talk about. There's more strategy involved, I think, but this is just about moving units. I prefer strategy over tactics, like the bigger picture. How many kills have I getting? Well, 54 kills and only 2 deaths. Whereas this unit here, 50 deaths, but still about 83 kills as the Spearmen tried to hold. We've got some javelins as well coming in from, I think, the RDI. Getting some more hits on those guys, taking out about 10 from javelin hits. The cavalry, meanwhile, where are they? Carthage coming in with their cavalry to try and counter this. I think that's good. I think that's definitely what they needed. Cavalry over here to counter these charges, because these charges are getting pretty deadly at this point. This cav unit here, the General of Tireless, 91 kills. And when the camels charge out to try hit the Carthaginians on the flank, the Carthaginians notice, and I think the camels are probably going to get cut down from this. The Carthaginian general got caught by the Tirelessian general, so we could see a general die any moment now as they fight to the death over here. But it seems Tireless is pulling out. They've got archer support as well, but that's probably not going to do much. The Carthaginian general charges in for the camels, trying to cut them down. And it seems like he's done a good job at that. Yeah, the camels down to their final 30 bodyguards, getting hit in the back with the spearmen now. This is very good. This is very, very good for the attackers here, because the Saber general is about to die. General is dead for the Saber. No other general has died for either side, it's just the Saber. Their camel general died. Tireless, their general down to the final 40 bodyguards. He's wildly outnumbered here, getting chased down by cavalry. He's got towers shooting at him as well, down to the final 26 bodyguards, trying to retreat back into the city. 25 bodyguards. Did he survive that? General dead. Both generals are dead for the defenders. This is perfect for the attackers. And they have the balance of power now. Ooh, that's a strong position. This side of a battle map, completely open. This is completely open. The plazas are completely open. They're throwing everything over here are the defenders. And the attackers have the numbers. They have the balance of power. They've got the morale advantage of both generals being alive. They've even got the towers technically as well at this point, or at least all the relevant towers. Why are the defenders still fighting here? They're losing so many men to these tower shots, but I think it's too late now. I don't think the defenders can do anything. They got the win, the offensive win in the first battle, but I don't think it's going to be enough. It's all about to fall apart, and it looks like they might be out of it, going down to fight for third place. Oof, not the position they wanted to be in after such a strong opening as well on the offensive there. But it looks like they're about to go out. Not good at all. And well done to the attackers for making it this far. That's if they win it, that is. They could always still lose, but I don't think it's going to happen. Balance of Power doesn't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. They're trying to make a push here. They're going to take out some archers. They're going to throw in their cavalry against the Libyan infantry, but I don't think it's going to work. They're getting cut down by the final shots of the slingers there. The Tirelessian cav units breaking. Carthage sending their cavalry round on the flank now. Yep, see, the flank I talked about earlier finally coming into play to wipe out this final unit. They've seen their opportunity. That's why they're having to pull out, but then they're getting hit by slings in the back. I'm not going to call it yet, but I think it's looking very heavily in favour of the attackers. We've still got 2 minutes. Who knows what can happen in 2 minutes? But yeah, it's looking good for the attackers in red here on the tactical view. Big cavalry charge here. Reinforcements coming in. Both generals still alive for the attackers. Both generals still dead for the defenders. Yeah, that's right, still dead. No general has come back from the death. And they've engaged them in melee. The cav unit though just needs to charge now. There's only 9 left, but 1 charge here. boom, would break them. But now they're pulling back instead. Oh, where are they going? What are they doing? Come on, make your mind up. They've still got a lot of infantry here, do the defenders, but they're still being shot at by the towers. Balance of power so heavily in favour of the attackers now. Their generals are still alive. They're going to break this unit as well. They've got this gatehouse captured. That's 4 arrows every few seconds firing in. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Grykos and Haggai, representing the team Grykos Verkuk, they lost the first battle. It was a scary point, but they've pulled it back here. They have got the win. And they will therefore be moving on to the finals to play for first place. Either way, second place is guaranteed. $130 is now guaranteed, but can they win and get the full 250? And there we go, the battle is officially over. And Sauron Sand, Susbarbatus and Lancer, they lost, unfortunately. And we got a crash. Oh, poo. Okay, well, you get to see a bit of my setup anyway. We didn't get to see the stats there, that's so annoying. Let me see what I can do. Okay, here we go. So luckily they posted the screenshots. Yes, as we can see here, the RDI, good kills. Well done to Grykos there. And Haggai. Yeah, look at the kills there on the Spearman, that's quite a lot. Then Tireless 8, just, yeah, they're actually getting good kills on some of the units, but on others they're just getting let down. And then going in onto the next screen, we have the Sapper 226 on the ballista, but it still wasn't enough. And again, nothing really standing out. And over here, Carthage getting loads of kills on those missile units. Yeah, well done to them. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. We've got more battles to cover, and they're playing in total for a $600 prize pool. Hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.